Hey everyone, so I got an interesting question from one of my comments on a past YouTube video, and I had done videos about this before, but it's actually been a long time ago, several years. So the question was, what are my top five favorite knives? So I hadn't answered that question in a long time, and kind of in and out of my hobby, and I'm back into it a little bit, and I think my answer is pretty consistent with what it was years ago. And I decided to I answered the question in the comments, but I did a video on it. And when I went to go and pull my knives for the video, they were all in the same container carrying bag. So that kind of sealed the deal right there, proving that these are my top five favorite knives. This is always personal preference. I tend to not like high-end art knives, handcrafted art knives, because ultimately they're just pretty to look at and they're kind of too expensive to use. I do like to use my knives, so mid-tex and production knives are what I like, from small to medium size. I have fixed blades, but for me, they're really no practical reason I need to have them other than yard work or whatever. So I don't buy a lot of those. So as far as my favorite knives go, it's very specific. Surprisingly, there's two Benchmades on here. So there's the Benchmade 940, which is this, and this one happens to be the carbon fiber version that came out in 2016. It doesn't have to be the carbon fiber version. It can be the green one they've had for years, and I think they have a G10 version of this available now. But for me, it doesn't really matter what the scale is. I like the blade shape. I like the weight of the knife. It's very easy to carry, very lightweight. And despite what they look like with the axis lock, the thinness of the handle, these are really durable. I've cut through tons of thick boxes. There's never any damage to the knife. I really like this one with the kind of blue barrel spacers on there. So this one is definitely on my top five list, the 940, and specifically the Mini Griptilian from Benchmade. This one is basically a custom one. It's the Ritter blade. It has a bigger, longer blade, but that doesn't matter. The standard one you can get, this with a spear point blade, is also good. I like the size, I like the durability again, and I like the density feeling of the mini grip. I do not have the large regular size Griptilian as a favorite. I have one. I think it's clunky sounding, it's hollow. I don't like it. The mini grip is awesome though. The Spyderco Paramilitary. Just an all-around amazing knife. I happen to have the carbon fiber version here. It was a sprint run. That doesn't matter. The standard one is great as well. The Paramilitary 3, the smaller version of this, is also very good. For a mid-sized knife, the standard one is perfect. I've had some past issues where the compression lock's been difficult to work, but you can work on it and use it over and over again, and it will wear in. I had more issues on the Paramilitary 1 on that issue than the 2. 2s are great, and getting a little bit more expensive now. The Sebenza with micarta scales, and I'm being specific. I like the micarta better than just the flat titanium because it's just easier and more comfortable to grip. So in my top five. And then I had so many Strider videos over the years that my tastes have moved on a bit, but I still have them, the S&G, in my top 5. And the reason for that is I do like the size and the weight and the durability. They're fun to use. They're fun to kind of play with in your hands. That's why I think I bought too many of them, and there's a lot more interesting ones out now, but in my personal top 5, it's there. Again, the scale doesn't matter. Had I were to do it again, I bought so many of the dual gunner grips that I think I would prefer. I don't have any of the Lego one, the Lego or the concealed carry, the CC. I don't think it's concealed carry, it's just the CC edition. So ranking wise, it's super hard to rank. It's, you know, it depends on what you're doing. Probably for practicality, the paramilitary, the 940, yeah, it would be impossible. So it'd be like this. If I had to rank, but it really just depends on what you're doing, where you're going, and all that stuff. That's probably my number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So take it what you will. That's what I would say today. Tomorrow, you know, ranking it like that. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, do let me know.